Okay, so here, English, pronunciation is really tricky. And with something really simple like ed at the end of the word, it's still confusing. But I want to help you understand how to pronounce and say the ed at the end of the words, okay? So I'm talking about ed at the end of a word. So for example, is it decided, or is it decided, right? Is it talked, or talked? Which one, right? There's actually a rule, okay? And it's pretty straightforward. There's 3 different sounds, okay? You can make the t sound at the end of a word, d sound, or id sound, okay? So let me tell you when you're going to do this sound, which is t, okay? So you're going to make this sound t, which is a voiceless sound. If you put your finger right here and go t, 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 there should be no movement. That means it's just air coming out, t, 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 okay? So any letter that also is voiceless, like k, p, f, sh, s, those sounds, those letters, right, are also voiceless, okay? So I'm gonna write some of them here. I'm not using IPA right now, but they are, okay, TH also is there. So when you hear a sound like this at the end of a word, for example, like wash, okay, but you want to make it in the past tense. Okay, well, look at the last sound of those letters. What is that sound? Shh, shh, shh. Put your finger here. Shh. No movement. That means you need the ed sound, because no sound go together, okay? So when you add the ed, the sound here is actually that voiceless t, and it's washed, washed, okay? Another word that ends with one of those voiceless sounds is talk, talk. I want to use the past tense of that word, so I'm going to add ed, but how do I say it? Well, look at what comes before the ed. Look at that letter. How do you make that sound? K, k, k. It's voiceless, okay? So that means that we need a voiceless ed sound. Talked, 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 okay? There's many, many, many words in English that end with a voiceless sound. We want to add ed, okay? So look before ed. What is that sound? P, 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 voiceless. So we're going to add t, stopped, talked, washed. It's not washed. It's not talked. It's not stopped. It's stopped, talked, washed. And this is hard because this is one thing that English does that's really, really hard, is they put many consonants together, right? Okay, another one, another ed ending is d, okay? So sounds that are voiced are going to go with this ending. This ending, the letter D, 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 if you put your finger here and go d, 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 you will feel the vibration. You'll feel the movement, okay? That means there is a voice coming out, not just air. So we need to use this sound when a letter or a word ends with a sound that is also voiced. So for example, maybe I want to write show, w. I want to say showed, past tense. Well, look at this. What's that sound? W. Okay, that's voiced. So what am I going to do? I'm going to add showed, okay? Or open. Let's add the ed. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this word, so let's look at the N. What sound is that? I feel the movement, I feel the vibration, so I need to add the D sound, opened, okay? And how about this one? Close. I want to add ed. Look at the sound before the ed. Don't look at the letter. Look at the sound. The letter is s, s. That's voiceless. But it's not about the letter. It's about the sound. So close. It's actually a Z sound. So in this case, this is voiced. So we need the D, closed sound. Okay? And there's many, many other letters here that we need to put. So like M, N, L, R. Let's see. J. Let's see. V. I'm gonna miss some for sure, but so you can get an idea. Here's the sounds. I'm not putting them in IPA, but here these are the sounds. Okay. And then for this one, it's very, very, very easy. Whenever a word ends with a t or d, then you need to add id, okay? So like the word decide, we want to make it in the past tense. So look at this part. It's a d, decide. So when we have a sound that ends with a d, we need to add id, decided, decided, okay? Or here's another one. Paint. It ends with a t. Yeah, it's voiceless, but it's a t. So when it ends with a t and I add ed, what am I going to do? I'm just going to make this sound id. Paint, id. Painted, painted. Okay? All right, so I'll pronounce them again. Washed, talked, stopped, showed, opened, closed, decided, painted. So it just takes practice. You'll get it.